Hello and welcome to Radio Labyrinth. This is season 7, episode 32. My name is Tim Andrews, joined as always by Dustin Lawler, Jeff Leboff, and last but not least, certainly not least, Miss Stephanie Swain.
Hey.
Yeah, I love that. A lot of energy in the room tonight. Lots and lots of energy. Hey, I got to plug some things before we get started. The Popcast, which is a radio show / podcast that I do on WSB FM and AM, of course. It's still at 7:50 a.m. Also available on the WSB radio app. If you download that, you can listen to everything on demand, see videos, and all sorts of things. So there's the plug. The Popcast this week, tonight, if you're listening to Saturday, Mr. Kevin Spencer from Electric Avenue, which is a band, the MTV experience. If you grew up Gen X, maybe a little older, maybe a little bit younger, but you're right there in the wheelhouse of the 80s. These guys do sonic recreations of 80s songs. So good, in fact, that they get takedown notices from record labels and have to actually go and defend themselves, and they win every time they put up a video. And not every time, but they have a couple of times. Kevin is the lead singer and a very cool guy. He has quite an interesting and rich history in the business. He is from Canada. He was a charting musician up there. He's worked with Daniel Lanois. He was on Broadway in Rent. He toured with Rent, which is how he ended up in Atlanta. And you'll just have to listen to find out more. By the way, tonight, Steph will be going with Pickle to see them at Variety Playhouse doing the 80s movie soundtrack. And he wouldn't reveal any that he was doing on the show. So I'm sure you're in for a great treat.
I'm so excited. I can't even tell you how jacked I am about this.
Yes, I told him that you were going, and one of these nights, Caitlin and I will go out, and you and Pickle can come over and watch Gilbert.
I would love to do that. Absolutely.
Cool.
And I'm excited to go back to the Variety. I haven't been there since I went to a Big Mike Geyer show ages ago. He would always have his shows at the Variety.
Was it Big Mike, or was it the Elvis night, or was it?
It was. I saw him do Elvis and his Christmas.
Okay. Oh, I saw the Christmas show once. So fucking awesome.
Yeah. Oh no, wait, no, not Elvis. I saw Christmas and I saw the Slutty Valentine's Day thing.
Nice. I ran into him at the coffee shop Corner Cup here in Atlanta in Tucker a couple of months ago. He's just sitting. Yeah, he's sitting there. I say, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?"
I haven't seen him since the ELO show.
Saw him there.
The ELO show.
It's hard to miss him. He's tall.
Yeah.
I see him every time I look on Facebook. I mean, he puts up a new Puddles song at least.
Puddles is everywhere.
Yeah. Puddles, awesome, man. On tour with someone else who dresses up like an elf or something.
No, Piff, the Magic Dragon.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Anyway, digressing. And also thanks to my guest on Popcast last week. Which I didn't get long enough with, Don Randy. I want to get him on Radio Labyrinth. We can all talk to him if you're interested. He played with Elvis, and he's on over 300 albums and records. He's worked with the Beach Boys, Frank and Nancy Sinatra, and so on and so forth. Also, thanks to the guest on Radio Labyrinth Presents Interviews this week, Shelley Shenoy, who is a voiceover actress, award-winning performer, who lives in New York City and also offers online classes. I'm going to take her classes. I didn't do it for free. The interview was because I found her interesting, and I'm actually going to pay, so it's not like swap them monk. You know.
To welcome our newest member.
Well, what's his name?
His name?
Yes, his name. What is his name? What is his name?
My name is Scott.
That's not his name.
It is his name. His name is Scott. Goes by Yakostan.
Welcome to the club.
We have a new Patreon member. Welcome and thank you to Scott Augustine, who sent me a nice email and said, I'm relatively late to Radio Labyrinth, but I like your work with the radio shows, and I signed up and I'm really enjoying it. So that's also you guys that he's enjoying, and I appreciate you for coming on board. And
anybody can jump in at any time on Radio Labyrinth.
That's right.
You don't have to have listened since day one to.
No.
We try to keep it canon, but this doesn't have to be canon. You can listen to any year.
And you can go way back to the beginning and listen to fucking Ira. Who we love. We love Ira, and he's still on our orbit with his fun page that he does on Facebook. What's it called?
Gee, I'm real sorry your mom blew up, Ricky.
So anyway, Scott, thank you very much. I did drop the stickers off. So if you sign up for a certain level, you get a couple of stickers. I need to order more. And also, if you're at 25 and above, you're a what do you call it? Oh yeah, a producer, and that gets you a T-shirt of your choice from our T-shirt store. And of course, you can always be an advertiser. Reach out to us if you would like. All right, so on with the show. So we had sad news in the world of entertainment this week, and I thought it was a little bit more important than just throwing it in who died toward the end of the show. This person is a singer. Our parents, probably especially our mothers of the Gen X generation, probably loved her. And that would, of course, be Olivia Newton-John, who passed away at the age of 73, but she's been battling cancer for about 30 years, right? Breast cancer and all sorts of.
She's been fighting it for a while.
For a very long time. And of course, we're the youngsters when Grease came out. I mean, Jeff almost died when he saw Grease. Is that your third time or 10th time?
The 13th time I saw Grease.
13th time, and you saw it in the theater. How did you see? Your parents took you to see Grease 13 times in a movie theater, or they just dropped you off?
Well, it played at the Twain Theater for like months.
That was the theater in our town back in the days before corporations. Every town had their own movie theater,
and so I would just go whenever I could.
Right. So you saw it 13 times, and then the last
in the theater, I've seen it 17 times now.
Okay.
But the 13th time was when I got hit by the car.
That's you shouldn't have seen it. You should have said it was your 14th time.
My Aunt Lisa and I, we used to dance to this record all the time. She's a few years older than me. And then one time her hamster died. And I had a hamster too that I was not very good to. I was, a little idiot kid. I was like 6 or 7 or something. So her hamster died and I laughed at her, because her hamster was dead. I was very evil. And so then she lured me into her room and said, "Hey, do you want to dance to You're the One That I Want?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And so she picked me up to swing me around and then threw me into a wall.
Well, Jeff, I'm glad that I remember when, and Steph, thank you for your harrowing tale. Dustin, did you get hurt at all when you saw Grease?
None related to the movie, no.
Okay, but you slipped on Grease.
I've slipped on Grease.
I replaced McDonald's French fry grease one time and forgot to close the valve on the fryer, and then I had to clean it up. That wasn't fun.
Oh, I stuck my hand in an active fryer when I worked at Hardee's.
Fuck, how'd your hand not burn off?
It did. My left hand went in, and I initially pulled it out. And, your instinct is to sling the grease off. And when I slung the grease off, my skin came off and was hanging like a glove.
Oh, did you keep it?
Half of my I was able to. I slid it back on like a glove, and when I got to the hospital, they just put burn gel on it, wrapped it up, and it took back. It took about 2 months.
I thought you were going to say it went on a burger. And
No.
How'd it taste though?
They said those are the best fries to ever come out of that fryer, especially the hollow ones.
Humans.
Yeah, those are good.
I love people fries.
Anyway,
I love it.
That was my traumatic fast food story.
I love a hand glove on top of my burger. Olivia Newton-John, of course, the breakout. Well, she had already been a star when she debuted on the music scene. She had a bunch of hits, a lot of country crossover hits. In fact, country music artists were pissed off because she was winning Grammys, and that ain't country. She's from Australia.
Australia's a country.
It is, but it's not the Southeast United States. She didn't come from Appalachia missing some teeth like Steph.
I wish never mind.
You wish you were from Appalachia? Or you wish?
No, I wish I was missing some teeth. I think I've got too many. It's called crowding.
I have plenty of crowded one. If I have a piece of metal wedged behind my upper teeth here, and it's like glued onto my teeth, and it's been glued on for almost 20 years, because if I take it off, my teeth will go back to beaver, shark beaver.
Should have wore your retainer.
No, there is a retainer. It's welded to my teeth. If I take it off, it'll
have to take it out.
No.
Is that a bridge? Is that what they call a bridge?
Well, sort of, but it's attached to real teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not.
It's quite a contraption. Who did you? Was this like the dentist from the
It was
Rocky
Steve Martin.
Now spit!
Yeah, right.
No, it was under a bridge.
The guy from Marathon Man.
Yeah, that's right.
That hurt? No, I should think it would. Should take better care of your teeth.
Yeah, Laurence Olivier did it. He kept asking me if everything was safe, and I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's safe, it's safe, it's safe, it's safe, yes. I have a little story about Olivia Newton-John. I probably told it before, so I'll just gloss over it again. When I was in Los Angeles, and it must have been 1998, I was at a Radio and Records convention, which was Radio and Records was a trade magazine for, radio and records. And they would have a convention every year, and we went to Los Angeles for this. It was in Century City. And I went with my boss, and Century City, if you're not familiar with it, you've seen it in a million movies. The one that I think of always is the Planet of the Apes sequel with Ricardo Montalban, where all the apes revolt because all the dogs and cats have died. So basically, people made chimpanzees their pets, and then slaves because they taught them how to clean up. Anyway, they rebel, and there's a big war. And Roddy McDowall plays Caesar, who is the son of Cornelius and Caesar, and Cornelius and Zira is her name, not Caesar. Caesar's the kid. Anyway, Ricardo Montalban is in it. And he's and they shot that there. And the other thing I did when I was there is I saw Dirty Work in the movie theater with two other people. Anyway, I get on the elevator. I get up one morning and I was having room service breakfast. Fancy me. And watching the Today Show, and Olivia Newton-John was on the Today Show. And I was like, I'm going to watch Olivia Newton-John on the Today Show. I get up, and I'm getting ready to go down to the convention, and I'm not paying attention, and the elevator opens up, and I step on the elevator, and I shove her about 1.5 feet back. And I am startled because, first of all, I shouldn't have run into anyone. And then I looked at her, and I go, you're Olivia Newton-John. She said, yes, I am. I said, I just saw you on the Today Show. She goes, yeah, I was on. And
I'm surprised you didn't go,
Sandy, I'm sorry.
Sandy.
I should have, but I wasn't. I didn't. I was too shy then to be funny.
Sandy.
Sorry, the elevator. I mean, I told her that I was a huge fan and that my mom loved her, and that I love Grease, and then I apologized 1,000 times, and she was real sweet about it.
I blame you for her dying.
I had nothing to do with it, and nothing to do with it. I told her that her boyfriend from My Tutor was a piece of shit.
Oh my God, My Tutor.
Mm-hmm. And that she's better looking than Carol Kay any day. I had my fingers crossed. Anyway, I thought maybe we would talk about some of your favorite Olivia Newton-John songs, and then Casey Kasem will make an appearance to do a top 5 of his.
Yeah, well, I already told you guys my favorite of her songs of all time is Twist of Fate.
Yeah,
freaking love that song. I love the melody. I love the harmony on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Just love that song.
80s synth pop that I was talking about a while back when we were talking about the pirate movie.
Yeah.
Same kind of genre.
Twist of Fate, and then my second would be Magic. Those are my two favorites by her.
Magic is a good song.
Weirdly enough, my favorite song of hers is the theme to Xanadu.
That's a great song too.
Which it's funny, I catch myself as far as her songs go. That's the one that kept popping back up to me. I mean, it's quite possibly one of the worst films, but
it's a terrible movie.
But
even when I was a little kid,
aren't the songs done with ELO?
Some of them, not all, but yes. And isn't Fred Astaire in it?
Somebody like that.
Yeah,
the choreographed thing, parts of it or something. Yeah,
he's in it though. I believe
he did that in between beating his adult children. I'm sorry, that was Bing Crosby. Never mind.
Get out of here! Did he really beat his kids?
Bing Crosby?
No, Gene Kelly.
It's Gene Kelly. Yeah,
yes.
Probably.
I don't think that he's known for that.
I
beat my kids through a bloody pulp, and there's no problem. When they died, Dean Martin's son died. He beat his kids too, allegedly. But no one could beat the kids as hard as old Bing. That's why they call me Bing, because I could bing the shit out of my little brats.
I like there's an Anne Murray cover of Gordon Lightfoot's Cotton Jenny. I sent it to you guys, but it's Anne Murray and Olivia Newton-John both singing it.
Anne Murray sounds a little long in the tooth in that.
Yeah, well, she is.
She's dead.
Yeah.
But she wasn't dead when she recorded that, is what I'm saying.
Well, she's dead.
Love beating my kids, especially around Christmas. Ba-rum-pa-pum-pum. Those are the sounds of my fists hitting my kids' face.
Do a beating version of Melakaliki Makwa.
Melakaliki Maka is a thing to say while you choke your small little girl. Smack her in the face with a lot of power. I can't do that. That's mean. Child abuse isn't funny. Melakaliki Maka. The holly green, the ivy green, the angriest father you've ever seen. Business in Killarney with all your kids at home. How nice it is. Never mind, because I'm going to go dirty and I don't want to. How nice it is to spray your jizz all over your wife while you're.
No, you didn't have to do that.
Watching
Go for the cheap. You're going for the cheap seats.
I can't. I love the cheap seats.
You were going so classy there for a minute.
It's nice to know.
You're working blue, Andrews.
It's nice to know a heavy blow will knock out your kids. All right, this is terrible. We're talking about Olivia Newton-John, and we're talking now about Bing Crosby beating people, and it's not funny. Definitely not funny. So I'm going to take over, even though the other day I heard somebody do a Kasem that was really good, and I said, I'm never going to do it again.
Was it David Spade?
No, it wasn't. It was
David
somebody
Spade,
else.
That's a great one.
I imagine he does because he sounds like Kasem. Kasem's top 5 Olivia Newton-John songs of all time. At number 5, Let Me Be There. Olivia Newton-John's first top 10 single, released in September of 1973, and won her a Grammy for Best Female Country Vocalist, pissing off a slew of toothless hillbillies and their lizard slam pieces. At number 4 on the countdown, Have You Never Been Mellow? Slow down, Mr. Speedy. Olivia Newton-John's ode to her Minuteman boyfriend. This 1975 feminist ballad scored John a Grammy nomination and was a massive hit among fans of pegging. At number 3 on the Kasem's top 5 Olivia Newton-John songs of all time is Magic. From the soundtrack of the 1980 film Xanadu, Olivia reached the top of the charts for 4 weeks in August of 1980, which is longer than this piece of shit film lasted at your local theater. At number 2, Hopelessly Devoted to You. Peaking at number 3 on the Hot 100 in September of 1978, Olivia Newton-John wrote a wave of fame singing this loving ballad to her erstwhile boyfriend, a greasy hood of dubious sexuality named Danny Zuko. And at number 1, originally offered to Rod Stewart and Tina Turner, this is the song that made Olivia Newton-John the queen of early 80s pop and kicked off a decade of fat chicks exercising so they wouldn't discuss their husbands. It spent 10 weeks at the top of the charts and sits at number 1 among Casey's top 5 Olivia Newton-John songs. Now, keep your head in a jar and your feet in a shallow grave in Finland. Just like my fucking family.
It was Physical? I didn't hear you ever say the name of the song. Physical.
I said Physical.
Oh, okay.
That's the name of the song. It's Physical. Open your ears, asshole. Now, I would like to apologize to all the fans of Olivia Newton-John because we all love her. We're just trying to have fun in the midst of grief because it was a sad day. I listened to a lot of her music that day.
Well, sure, but I don't feel like apologies are necessary. If you're listening to the show, you should.
And you know how we do it.
Well, we will miss her.
Yeah.
Yes, we will. We don't miss. Didn't her husband like fall off a boat?
He like faked his own death.
His death, yeah. Mike Hall keeps texting me. Mike Hall guy.
Is he Mike Hall pizza for you?
Time for a pizza commercial.
Yeah. He sends me a picture of this pizza that he made today. It's a pickle pizza, and half of it has chicken on it. And I'm looking at it going, this doesn't look like Steph's husband, but it does look good. A dill pickle pizza with chicken on it. And he's teasing me, and I'm hungry. And he doesn't know that we're recording right now. And I'm too nice to go, hey, dude. No, I'm kidding, Mike. But we do love Atlanta Pizza in Euro, and we love Mike Hall. He's a longtime sponsor of Radio Labyrinth, and we appreciate it. And we hope you'll continue to do so. And we hope that you'll patronize them. Stop by the restaurant and grab an ice-cold local craft beer like Wicked Weed's Pernicious IPA in cans and Dry County's Neon, Blackberry and Raspberry Berliner Weisse. I can't speak. Berliner Weisse, whatever. It's a sour wheat beer. I should have just said that. And that is on tap. That sounds really good. I bet you that's nice and hard and not heavy, because a lot of these fruity sour beers are super heavy. Weisse isn't heavy, so that sounds tasty to me.
Wheat beer is the only way to go for me. I only like wheat beer.
It's good.
Well, listen, you need to go out there and have one then.
We do need to do that.
We do. We need to get out there again, and we will get out there again. Listen, if you're a business or a corporate client who is looking to book a food truck for your next private event or catered luncheon, please contact Mike Hall at Atlanta Pizza in Euro by calling 770-483-6228. And remember that Atlanta Pizza in Euro loves serving their local community of Conyers, Covington, and the East Metro Atlanta area. And they'd like to thank everyone for their continued support and business throughout the years. Remember, they are open for dine-in and takeout Monday through Friday from 11 to 9, Saturday from noon to 9, closed on Sundays. And listen, if you're somebody out there right now and you're looking for a commercial or residential construction printing need or project, well, what are you waiting for? Contact LDI Repro Printing of Athens in Athens, Georgia since 2005 with fast turnaround and affordable prices. Call 706-316-9366 or email them at athens@ldine.com.
You know what I wish?
What do you wish?
You have the ice cream truck in the summertime, right?
Yes.
Rolls around, plays the music. Why can't Mike drive through your neighborhood with this food truck?
I've been telling him to bring that truck over to my apartment every day since he started talking about driving the truck.
Why would he bring it to your apartment?
But I mean, why can't they just ride through the streets with the moon hits your eye? That's playing over. And then, everybody comes running out of their house.
Like an ice cream truck?
Yeah, but it's a pizza truck. It just coasts slowly through your neighborhood. People run up, they buy a slice, maybe 2 slices. You got a whole pizza in there. I feel like you could probably make money hand over fist.
Yeah.
There's got to be some law against it.
Who drives the glory hole truck?
Oh, that's you. Jeff swabs the deck. You drive it.
But what are you watching?
Watching here.
What are you watching?
Okay, so what are we watching?
What are we watching?
What are you watching?
Before we get to Steph's 80s movie trivia, which none of us seem to know what she's going to ask us tonight, but I look forward to it. Everybody watch Better Call Saul, except for Dustin.
Yes, it was so good.
Oh my God. The name of the episode was Waterworks, and it was an insane episode. I love shows that make me feel tension. And that I almost fast forward.
Ray Seahorn doesn't get that fucking Emmy, I'm gonna be pissed.
She is so good. She deserves the Emmy. Although I was a little mad at her. I have to be honest. I'm a little mad at her because I don't like the way she just decided to up and leave Saul. And then I'm mad at Saul for the way he treated her when they signed the divorce papers. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert. If you're not up to date on Better Call Saul, you better pause or skip ahead. Anyway. But the whole thing with Carol Burnett and Jeffy being an idiot and the cancer guy falling asleep and the cops, just great storytelling, super storytelling, great writing, great acting, of course, and a lot of tension. I really wanted to fast forward to Gene getting out of that house.
Yeah. But this is classic Jimmy.
Yep.
Can't he wanted to get caught.
Yeah.
After he talked to Kim, he wanted to get caught.
Yes.
And That was so funny though when dude plowed into that car.
Mm-hmm.
That killed me. Jeffy's so dumb.
I have a question about why would Carol Burnett, why would her character, what is her name, by the way? I forget.
Jeff's mom.
Jeff's mom. She does have a name, but Marion is her name. Why would she Google and immediately it comes up with Saul Goldman?
I felt like you could tell when she was talking to him on the phone, and she knows her son, and she knows her son's been in trouble.
Saw him with Jeff out in the garage, and he was yelling at the dog.
That's right.
And so that kind of tipped her off that she originally thought he was the dog lover with Nippy.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was the whole reason that they bonded together, was because of the dog stuff. And then she saw him being mean to that dog out there, or telling the dog to shut up or whatever. So she started to get suspicious of him.
Right.
And then she started putting it together that Jeffy knew him from Albuquerque. Jeffy got in trouble in Albuquerque.
Right. And plus he called and said, hey, he was doing all of his shyster stuff, trying to get her to go down and bail him out with his money.
Mm-hmm.
And plus he gave her that computer in the first place, which was odd for him to do.
Right.
Because Jeffy's a fucking loser, and how's he have money to buy her a computer?
Right.
So she knows he's up to no good.
Right. Well, a curious little piece of information: when Jimmy would go have dinner with Chuck and his wife. Now, I'm sure you've seen this. If you're looking at Reddit or you have friends who are talking about it, somebody sent me this on Twitter, and when they go to the dinner and they meet his wife for the first time, and they came up with a sign for her to give Chuck when it was time for Jimmy to go. Right? You remember that?
Yeah.
And she would tug on her ear like Carol Burnett.
Yeah.
And that meant Jimmy had to go. So now Carol Burnett's in the episode. Does that mean Jimmy has to go? Is he going to die?
I don't know.
I don't think he's going to die.
You don't think he's going to die?
No.
You think he's going to go to jail? Or do you think he and Kim are going to go live in Alaska with Jesse?
I think he's going to go to jail.
He could get vacuumed again.
That guy's dead.
Oh, I know, but not dead on the show.
And he didn't have them. Well, I mean, did they shoot that with Robert Forster before he died?
No, but they could just, show him calling the guy and saying, hey, I got to go. So I got to go.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like any love Kim had for Saul ended when they signed those papers.
That was a pretty good resolution for Kim's storyline, and she's not slipping Kimmy anymore. She's like no slip Kim.
And he was a dick.
Yeah.
Then of course she goes to the police and writes out her confession, and then goes to
Howard's wife.
Yeah.
That was a
scene with her and Aaron Paul was fantastic too.
You thought so? I didn't feel like it was necessary, and I don't like Jesse coming on the show. Walt still looks the same. Walt still sounds the same. I buy it. Jesse to me looks old and sounds old.
That's why they got him all dressed like that, so you can barely see him.
But his voice, you can't. They needed to like mess with his voice and make it like it used to sound, because he just. I'm not
going to argue that it's not distracting, but I thought the scene was good, and it kind of set up a transition because she's leaving his life. Here comes Jesse. They got to get Badger out of jail. And really the last couple of episodes have shown that Saul's the one that turned Walter into a greedy prick, or helped him build his empire, don't you think?
Well, he's definitely the one that convinced Gus to bring him on, I think.
Yeah, he does look distractingly old, though. He was so young looking back when it started. And,
Yeah, and it's just the way he doesn't have that same... He just doesn't have it. He sounds old and tired. I don't know. But Walt sounded and looked exactly the same to me. Right. He didn't look any different at all. If they were going to have her meet somebody out there, I wish they would have had her meet Badger or somebody like that out there.
Yeah.
That was still like a connecting piece, somebody that hasn't been killed. And we just saw Badger in El Camino, so.
Right. No, I'm going to watch El Camino.
Walt and Jesse and wherever they can, though.
Yeah.
I don't, but I would not ding the show for it at all. I mean, the whole episode was great, and I am looking forward to next week. I'm going to be so sad.
Justin's asleep, so let's move on.
You son of a bitch.
There was a firefight. They were shooting in all directions. Payback time.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed. She's your baggage. You fall behind and you're on your own.
Anytime. There's something in those trees.
Did you find Hawkins?
I can't tell. No blood, no bodies. We hit nothing.
Now it's time for Steph's 80s movie trivia game. So explain the game and then throw it to me before we start.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you guys a series of questions about an iconic 80s movie. And you guys are and this time around, I'm going to give you 3 choices. And if you know it, say your name.
Jeff, Governor.
Say your name, and then you can guess it.
All right. So that is the gist of the game. Now, we had so much fun with this last week. We're going to do it every week. But what's going to change in the coming weeks and very soon is we're going to move it to Patreon. And it's very simple. If you want to be a part of the game or to get the video every week, you just sign up at the $5 level. And a lot of you are out there at $5 or more. But if you want to be a part of it, that's all it is. And eventually we are going to take radios, have them come on and play the game. And just for playing, you'll get some stickers. If you win, then you get a Radio Labyrinth t-shirt. I think that's fun and fair. And that'll be something that we do, hopefully with our guests too. Anytime we have a guest, we'll try to record one with them.
Yes.
Think that's fun?
Yeah.
But for the meantime, it'll stay right here. But what'd you say, Steph?
No, I hope everybody enjoys playing along at home.
Yeah, play along at home. Get mad at us for not knowing stuff, for not remembering stuff. What is our film this week?
Well, this is in honor of the amazing new installment in the Predator franchise, Prey, on Hulu. Okay. If you have not seen Prey yet, I highly, highly recommend it. It was so good. I would now say that because before it went Predator and then Predators, the one with Adrian Brody was my second favorite. Now this is my second favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I would watch.
What about Alien versus Predator?
Oh, come on. That's just like goofball stuff. I mean, I'll watch it, but this had, there really isn't that much dialogue in it. It's all action and setup and it's all in the 1700s and the Great Plains is where it's set. They filmed it in Canada, and this movie, which is really interesting to me, is the only movie ever that has been dubbed completely in Comanche. So if you would like, you can go on Hulu and you speak Comanche, you can Comanche, and you can watch the whole movie in that.
Did they have horses and dogs in 1719? Had there been white people here long enough for them to have them out west like that?
Well, let's not get into all that, Tim, because if we're going to do that, we're going to talk about how these Native Americans sound like they're from Santa Monica, and let's just leave it alone.
Yeah,
just leave it alone. Weird. What we can say is that
I need to learn how to say "you're one ugly motherfucker" in Comanche.
No, they did use the Comanche. It was an afterthought. I mean, because if you go into subtitles, like while it's on Comanche, it won't show English subtitles. You have to go to full descriptive audio where it shows like sounds and everything. So you can tell they kind of were like, this is going to be backlash if we don't have this as an option. So let's throw it in as an option. So they had somebody dub it and then throw it in there. But I mean, it's cool they did it, but yeah. I
mean, honestly, I think that it's pretty great because this movie should have been released at the theater. It was that good.
Oh yeah, they missed out. Yeah,
especially it's like such a big, epic. It would look great on the big screen. So anyway, so in honor of Prey, we are going to do, and this year is the 35th anniversary of one of the greatest action movies of all time, Predator. So tonight we're going to do some Predator trivia.
I ain't got time to bleed.
You got time to duck?
Jeff and I saw that in the theater.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
You guys were like, what, 17, 18, something like that?
He might have. Yeah, Jeff was 17. When did it come out? 87?
I remember I was in 9th grade. I know I saw it at the theater.
I was 12. I saw it at the theater.
Oh, an ugly motherfucker.
Well, without any further ado, are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to read the question. Then I'm not going to let you guys just answer it. I'll give you 3 choices.
Okay.
So
wait for all 3 choices to be read before we buzz in? Okay.
Yes. Wait for all 3 choices. Okay. All right. So we all know that Arnold plays the character of Dutch. Who does Jesse Ventura play? Brody, Braddock, or Blaine?
Tim.
Braddock.
No.
Dustin. Blaine.
That's right. Okay. What logo is on the t-shirt worn by Blaine at the start of the film when they arrive in the helicopter? Is it the WWF, AC/DC, or MTV?
Dustin. MTV.
Dustin. That's right. Okay, when the script was originally written, Dutch was not the main character. Which character was supposed to be the star? Dylan, Mac, or Billy?
Jeff. Dylan.
No.
Tim.
Yes.
Mac.
No.
Dustin.
Yes.
Billy Ludlum.
That is correct. Why did Dutch tell Dylan they passed on the Libya job? Was it because it didn't pay enough? Because they hate the desert? Or because they aren't assassins?
Dustin. They aren't assassins.
We're a rescue team, not assassins.
That's right. Okay.
Jeff, we're never going to win one of
them. Who did the score of this movie? Was it, and which it's so good, that's what gets you so into it. Was it Danny Elfman, Ennio Morricone, or Alan Silvestri?
Tim. Alan Silvestri.
Yes, that's right. Okay, Tim.
I got one.
So name the other iconic 80s film that was scored by Silvestri. Was it The Outsiders, Beetlejuice, or Back to the Future?
Tim.
Go ahead, Tim.
Back to the Future.
That's it. All right. What 80s action star originally suited up as the Predator, but was terminated due to his terrible portrayal of the character? Was it Steven Seagal, Dolph Lundgren, or Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Dustin. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's right. The movie was directed by John McTiernan. What other popular 80s action flick did he direct right after this one? Red Heat, Die Hard, Above the Law?
Jeff. Die Hard.
That's right.
Oh.
Everyone knows this film spawned 2 governors with Schwarzenegger and Ventura, but there was also a third man from the cast who ran for governor. Was it R.G. Armstrong, Sonny Landham, or Carl Weathers?
Tim.
Yes.
Sonny Landham.
That's right. I'll give you a bonus question. What state was it for, Tim?
Do I have options?
No.
California.
No. Kentucky. All right. We're almost through it. So far, it's pretty good. Dustin, you're leading by 1. Tim has 3. Jeff has 1.
Dustin has 5.
Does he have 5?
Yes.
No, he's got 4.
Oh, he's got 4? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Maybe you're right.
I am right. I don't want to argue with you.
Shut up. Okay, so Dustin has 5. All right. Well, Tim, then you keep the score then, smartass.
I am.
What was the name? What was the name of Blaine's gun? Was it Fearless, Painless, or Mistress?
Dustin. Painless.
Oh, painless. painless is waiting.
That's right. Which one of Dutch's crew sees the predator first? Is it Poncho, Billy, or Mac?
Jeff.
Tim.
Billy.
No, it's not.
No?
No, it's not right.
Poncho.
No.
All right.
By default.
By default.
If you
3-1.
That's kind of a trick question because Mac is the only one who actually saw him.
Okay.
He saw him moving
When his
around.
eyes flashed. Yeah.
Right. Well, here's a little bonus question for you, though. Anybody can answer this one. I'm not going to give you any choices. Who is the only member of the squad that we actually see?
AOC.
That we actually see get their backbone skull snatched out?
Billy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the this is the last one. Which one of Jesse Ventura's lines in the movie also went on to become the title of his autobiography? Is it Old Painless is Waiting?
Old Painless is waiting.
I ain't got time to bleed.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Or this here will make you a sexual tyrannosaurus.
This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. Just like me.
Sam. I ain't got time to bleed.
That's right. And we'll throw this out. Here's one last one. I won't give you any choices. If any one of you can get this, then you get one more bonus answer. What is the last thing that Dutch says in the movie? What is the last line that he says?
Hasta la vista, baby.
He says, "Get to the chopper."
Yeah.
No, he says, "Do it. Kill me. I'm here."
You're one ugly motherfucker.
What the hell are you?
What the hell are you? Yeah.
The hell are you?
What the hell are you?
And that's it. And obviously Dustin won, but I feel like this was a much better showing
Yes.
this time out.
Yeah, Dustin's gonna run all of these. So when the listeners start playing,
I'm gonna just take score.
yes.
Well, I hope you guys had a good time playing.
That was a
it,
good
though.
one.
Yeah, I like it.
Good.
I like it. I like it. All right. So thank you, Steph. And we'll do a couple more before we move it over to Patreon because I'm enjoying it and I want everybody to enjoy it too and to play along at home. Time for views and snooze.
Views.
Or.
And snooze.
Let's recap what we watched last week. Jeff.
Yeah, Prey last week, which everybody watched but me.
I noped out after half an hour, by the way.
Oh, you did?
A Prey?
Yeah, I didn't buy it.
Oh, God.
Didn't buy what?
Nothing. I'm not going to get into it.
Okay, fine.
I mean, it's the crux of what this movie's being talked about by. But
what?
Was it the fact that she never would have been considered a warrior, or
no? The guy, they would rip their head off immediately.
Yeah,
and they're fighting an alien with bows and arrows.
Well, the one thing that I did want to say to that same point, a lot of people have been making it like, oh, he attacked the bear, but they were using, anytime he used the targeting laser, it wouldn't shoot a laser, it would shoot those steel rods like they were shooting bows and arrows. And if you notice throughout the movie, he only uses a weapon against an opponent if it's an equal weapon to what they have. If they have a club, he'll use a club. If they have a gun, he'll use a gun. So it's weird how much this one was sticking to those things, his morals when it came to being a huntsman as opposed to just a killer.
Well,
I like the connection of the fact that Billy was supposed to be the main character in the first Predator. They wanted it to be a Native American tracker.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, because of the times, they were like, no, it's got to be Schwartzy, which of course I love the movie. It's awesome, but I thought it was nice.
You mean the guy from 48 Hours who was in Predator? Okay.
Yeah. He was supposed to be I don't know if Sonny Landon was supposed to be the star, but the character was supposed to be the star of the film.
Can I tell you that I did think that it was shot very well, and I think it looked really, really cool. Maybe I'll finish it, but I'm not really super into the Predator franchise. So,
well, if you don't like the Predator franchise aspect, but you like everything else, there's a movie from Canada called Mohawk. It's a few years old, but it's got one of the ladies from Letterkenny plays the main character, and it's pretty much Prey without a predator. I mean, but it's set the same. It's shot very similar, and almost a similar storyline, but it has to do more with the trappers as opposed to an alien. But yeah, it's a really good movie. If you haven't,
I wish you just pushed on, Tim. Though, at least watch the battles and the kill scenes.
Yeah.
There's some great kill scenes, and the fact that all of these Native Americans, they're not all like they just came from the gym. You know, they all
look like normal people.
Yes, and they look like they could do a lot of this shit. And and he kills pretty much all of them. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
but
what is he?
Ignore all the shitty animal CGI.
Yeah, hardly nobody survives him but her.
Right. That mountain lion would have killed her in the tree, and that would have ended the movie a lot quicker.
Look, the only time I got whatever was first how they talk, and then the CGI of the snake, which was terrible.
All right. Spoil something for me. Does the dog live?
Yes.
Okay.
Dog
I can't watch
lives.
it. I kept thinking that dog's going to die, and I'm going to be mad.
You
Okay.
think I'd be so jacked about this movie if that dog died?
No,
I would throw that movie in the trash immediately. No, dog lives.
All right. I'll finish it. What else?
Beavis and Butthead. First two episodes last week. Next one comes out on Thursday.
Oh, I thought they were
out on Thursday.
They're really coming out. I thought they were delaying it.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good.
But they come out every Thursday.
That was those episodes were so funny. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting it, and what they did with making fun of YouTube people and TikTok.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Did you watch it, Steph?
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to.
All right, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it.
Still do music videos too, but they're like crazy shit that you've never seen.
Yes, you are my number one. I'll go to the gym and run a mile. That's it. I don't want to spoil it for Steph. Too good to spoil.
And Sandman, I started watching that. It's very good so far.
I watched the first episode.
Yeah,
I like it.
I did. It's just it's not fun to watch. You know, it's good, but it's not fun. I'm not like beating a path to hurry up and watch episode 2 because it's very.
I enjoyed the audio drama more so than I did episode 1, but I'll watch the whole series before I judge. But
yeah, I loved American Gods, the book, but I couldn't stand the TV show. So that's the one thing that was kind of keeping me from watching it. I didn't want it to ruin. I mean, I watched the graphic novels of Sandman were awesome. I mean, they were so like meaningful to me as a young adult, and I didn't want it to kind of be messed up. Kind of like Dark Tower. I kind of hold them in the same regard. And but I'll give it a shot if it seems like it seems to be everywhere else. People seem to like it. So
yeah, it was very good. First one anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
So the visuals are great. The acting is really good, and I'm not angry about casting because I read all the comic books years and years ago, but I'm not like somebody who's obsessed with it, so I don't care. You know what I mean? Because people were bitching about it. And Neil Gaiman was telling them to fuck themselves.
Yeah. All right, so this week we got Lock and Key season 3. Did anybody still into it but me?
I only watched the first season.
Yeah, season 2 kind of dropped off quality wise, but I'm still gonna stick with it. Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. So
that's really note for me. I only went through half the first season.
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna watch it.
It's a views for me, but
it's a news for me.
Yeah. And that's number 1. Number 2, Resident Alien comes back this week.
I thought it was back already. Did they put one episode out or no?
Maybe it's like on a preview, but it
might have been a recap episode. Okay, yeah, that's a views for me. I love that show.
That's part B of season 2.
Yeah, they're starting to split. I wish they'd get back to either naming these individual seasons or the splitting up things ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
that's views for me.
Sure.
Love that show.
Yeah.
You watch it, Steph?
No, I have not. It's one of those things like, yes, I'm positive it's good. It's just, hasn't made it into the rotation.
It fell into my category, the same that you have right there. I'm sure it's good. I don't know, but I kept delaying it. And then one day I was bored and I watched the first episode and I was hooked.
Yeah,
that's probably what'll happen.
I have a feeling Pickle would like it too.
I'm sure he would.
It's very funny. There's some annoying things about it, but not enough to keep me from watching it.
I loved Alan or whatever his Tudyk dude. I love that dude.
He's great.
Leaf on the Wind.
Yeah.
What's her name? Alice Fetterman? Is that her name? Or Alice? No, John Fetterman is running for the Senate. Alice Wetterman or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, when she dyes her hair red and it's really distracting.
Yeah.
It's annoying. Whatever. Shut up.
Lots of views from everybody.
Oh.
Except Steph. Alone Frozen starts this week on History. This
That's
is where they
for me.
6 old contestants from the Alone show and drop them, instead of dropping them like a month or two before winter starts, they're waiting until winter starts and then dropping them.
I hope they stop going to Canada where they have all these dumb laws. Like, if those people had been able in this most recent season that just ended, they weren't allowed to fish. They had to fly fish. They weren't allowed to use nets. I don't understand that, these stupid laws. They should be able to make at least a gill net that they could drop in the water, because these people had nothing to eat unless they shot birds or squirrels.
Well, they don't want them to last so long.
No, but I'd like to see them be able to fish, or at least make a spear and fish. And then, the guys at the beginning, they kill these beavers and the meat rots and they get sick.
Yeah, those people should have known better. But anyway, this Frozen
really going to make us, and they all talk in the third person. We're gonna render this beaver fat, and I'm going to eat it for a month. No, you're not. You're going to die.
And they released the last season, the one with Anna on it that we had on the show on Netflix. So it's running right now. My kids are going through it.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
That 5 Days of Memorial starts this week too. It's not officially a part of the Views or Snooze, but that's the W.R. Brown show. And he said he's working until Monday, and maybe see if we can set something up after that. So
cool.
Okay.
Did you guys finish Blackbird?
No, I've still got 2 episodes left.
It was really good. The finale was great. It was definitely a good payoff, and Physical was awesome. The finale of Physical, if you hadn't watched it.
Don't spoil it. I'm going to watch it. I'm so behind. I'm so behind on that. I love the show, by the way. It's just something you can watch in an afternoon.
Yeah.
I'll get caught up this weekend.
And let me recommend to you guys, I just found this on that Roku app. Tim, I know you Roku. Have you guys checked out that 50 States of Fright yet?
No.
50 what?
50 States of Fright. It's a Roku original.
No.
And it's a horror anthology series from Sam Raimi and his brother. It's so freaking good. And they do every state and urban legends from each state.
Oh, fuck.
Like the first one is Michigan, the Golden Arm, and they get like quality actors. Like they get Rachel Brosnahan from Maisel, and then the one dude that plays Saul's whatever the hell from Raised by Wolves plays her husband. Like every single one of these, some of them are 10 minutes, some of them are 15, some are 5.
Travis Fimmel.
So freaking good. I
cannot
recommend
a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, it's from 2020. I'd never seen it before, and I was watching it. And you know how it'll give you the actors that are in the movie and then other shit they're in.
Yeah.
The Part 2, the one the kid, Ransom is his name, the one that plays the kid that was afraid of the germs as an adult.
Yeah.
He's in one of these, and that's what linked me to it. And then I saw Sam Raimi and his brother doing it. I'm like, what? It's so good.
I gotta find
you guys will love it.
I gotta find that Roku channel because that Weird Al documentary, or not documentary, but biopic with Daniel Radcliffe's going to be on that Roku.
I just download the app.
Yeah. I have. We have a Roku TV, so that'll be on.
Yeah, I have a Fire TV. So
you can get.
I got a Fire TV. I just downloaded the app though.
Yeah,
Jeff.
you can get a Roku app for the Fire TV. It'll pull up on there.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll do that, and I recommend The Resort again to you guys. It's on Peacock, so
I'm reading good reviews about that.
Yeah, it's really good so far. I think you guys would be into it. It's enough like White Lotus, and it's enough like true crime, and it's Chidi from The Good Place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, and the girl from Palm Springs, and the girl that was the mother in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Johnny Sacramone's daughter.
Oh yeah.
Not his wife, Jenny. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the game. Thanks for views and snooze. Thanks, Dustin. If everybody out there wants to follow us, go to your various social media platforms and just type in Radio Labyrinth. You'll find us. Follow the YouTube page. Please subscribe and like the videos, and turn on your alerts so you know when we have a new episode. And even if you're just a listener, please subscribe to the podcast channel, because it'll get us more algorithm placement and stuff like that. Again, if you want to become a Radio Labyrinth Patreon member, go to patreon.com/Tim Andrews and sign up at your leisure, and any level that you so decide to do will be rewarded either instantaneously with joy, or in the future with stickers that don't have coffee stains on them. Some of them do, and
or Tim will back that glory hole truck up to your house.
Yeah. We'll see about that. All right, guys, have a great week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We will talk to you again next week. And until that time, please remember to keep it hammered.